We'll be talking about something very interesting. Now, what is that?
The love language.
Yes, the language of love. Now, of course, it's talking about, this is all about the love languages. Now, let me just first of all start off by saying quite a number of things, giving an intro about it. Truth about it is that, you see, if you live in a house with somebody that actually speaks a different dialect, it becomes very difficult for you to understand what the person is saying.
Yes.
Imagine you from, maybe you are Yoruba and somebody actually is Igbo and you are married to an Igbo girl. Imagine you, a lady is speaking Igbo to you. I mean, how will you understand what she's saying? You can't understand. Even she too can understand Yoruba. You know, it just reminds me of Tower of Babel. You know, that's what happened there. I mean, their languages were confused and they just couldn't understand themselves. And this is the real deal behind a whole lot of disunity in families, disunity with husband and wife. They are not on the same page on anything at all. So there's a lot of, you know, things happening, issues coming up, because why? People are speaking two different languages. I mean, somebody said that women are from Venus and men are from Mars, you know. So they are speaking two different languages. And so you are married or you are in a relationship right now with your significant other, but both of you are speaking you don't just understand yourselves now, because talking about love languages is actually a part of communication. Communication is very broad. That's why we're breaking this thing down in various, you know, episodes.
We
so
did
that
communication last
we did last week.
Part of Q&A section.
Exactly. So we're trying to deal with this thing about love languages. So that's why this is the intro now. Of course, love language. What is it about? It is about you speaking the language of your significant other or your spouse or your husband. Because most of the time, a guy is saying something, wife doesn't get it. She's not understanding what he's saying. And secondly, wife is saying something, husband doesn't get it. Let me give you an example. Most of the time when you actually see a woman actually say, or your wife is saying, I don't have any clothes to wear. My wife does it a lot. Whenever you don't have I don't have any clothes to wear, you need to understand that this is a different language she's talking about. It's not your own language. When a woman says she doesn't have any clothes to wear, it means she does not have any new clothes to wear. That's what it means. It doesn't mean she doesn't have any clothes in her cupboard. But for a guy, you're thinking that, but you have clothes. See wardrobe plenty. See, you know. But that's what she's saying is this: she doesn't have any new clothes to wear. And now, madam, you need to understand this. Or girlfriend, when these now, I don't believe that anyway. I don't stay with anyway. That's another topic for another day. When the guy says, I don't have any clothes to wear. For example, you want to go to church, the guy says, I don't have any clothes to wear. Usually that's always the problem. I don't have any clothes to wear. Listen, the guy is saying something different from what I'm saying. He's saying, I don't have any clean clothes to wear. He's not clean, he's not ironed, he's not straight. So you see,
there are two different scenarios here now. For the lady, I don't have any new clothes to wear.
For the
guys, I don't have any clean, dry cleaned, ironed clothes to wear.
So you can see two different kind of statements in regards to clothesline, but you see they are saying two different things entirely. So if you don't understand what that person is actually saying, you will just get it all mumbled up. Now, most of the time, what do? We feel that our spouse or our significant other is saying is wanting the same thing we want. For example, now let me drop this one here too. Now, for example, now another one again. Okay, that one. Let's leave that one for another. Let's leave that one there. So that's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. So you see, you must understand that they are languages of love.
Yeah.
They are languages of love, and you must understand how to speak your spouse's language.
Very true.
Now, you cannot expect your spouse to understand your language, Igbo.
It's not possible.
I mean, for your spouse to speak, for example, you are Edo now. For me to speak Edo to you, I must go and learn Edo.
You have to learn the language.
Seriously.
Be able to communicate with me in that language, in that dialect.
And it takes a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah.
For me to learn that language, I have to get someone that will teach me that language.
Yes.
You know, so that I can learn that language.
Yes.
A lot of people go to study French. Why are you studying French? You go study French because you want to either go to a francophone country, or you want to go to a French-speaking country, or you want to do something in a French-speaking environment. Why are you going to learn French? Because you have to learn because you can't communicate effectively
if you don't understand their language.
That's it. Now, a lot of people are married and they are not communicating effectively because they are speaking two different languages.
Languages entirely.
So, and the truth is this: let me tell you one thing that you don't understand, and I'm going to bring in something here. It's a principle. If the enemy will steal anything for you, first of all, when I mean the enemy, I mean Satan, he will first of all steal your language.
Yeah.
And you know something? Let me give you an example of that. The Bible says in the book of Daniel, they taught them what? They taught them the language of the Chaldeans. What happened? They took away their known language and taught them the language of the Chaldeans. So you can imagine what happened there. They give them another language entirely. And you see what is happening in marriages today, or what's happening in relationships today, and why things are not going the way to go, is because you see, the enemy is giving you another language.
Exactly. And when he brings a different language, it starts by getting both of you confused. Confusion has set in.
And that's a problem.
And you're not understanding me. I'm saying something, you're not getting it. We're always quarreling, always nagging, you're always quarreling, disagreeing.
You know, and that is a major problem. And that's why we're talking about this today. To give you just a background of how important language of love is. Now, love has languages. And that's the truth. Love has languages. Like you all know. Now, of course, we can't but give credit to the man Gary Chapman, who wrote the book on the five love languages. But today I'm going to give you extra 2.
7 love languages.
7. I have created my own. 2 more. 2 more. In fact, there are 3.
3 more.
3 more. So I'm going to add 3 to this one.
No, we should write another book to back down.
I'm telling you, to Sunday support it, not send 40 to him.
And then forward it
so you're going to get more today. More. So let's first deal with these 5, and then we'll go to the 3. If we don't deal with the 3 now, then just come for next week. We'll find out balance. Now the first love languages now is basically what? Babe, go ahead.
I should start from my own.
Start from your own.
Quality time. Quality time. I just love it. I love quality time. I just love when people spend time with me. I love that time. I cherish such moments.
Yes, that I do very well.
I cherish. Let's share to our own loved ones. Yes, please do.
Please go ahead and share it to everyone, because it's very important. Yes.
I just love quality time. You know, I'm always when I'm trying to get your attention, I am saying, babe, I'm watching a movie now. Let me finish watching this movie. Let me put it. You know how it gets to me. Or you're working on the laptop, and I'm saying, I want your attention. I want your attention. And you're not giving me you're not giving me that attention. You're not understand. You're not speaking my language. You rather spend time with yourself rather than spending time with me. And that's where a lot of people get to fight a lot.
Yes. That is giving undivided attention to the other person that you're dealing with. Giving an undivided attention. That's what quality time is. Giving an undivided attention. Nothing is taking a place. Without your phones.
Without TVs.
Now, a lot of people do this
without
a lot.
Laptop.
You are talking to somebody and you are on your phone.
On the phone, you are pressing.
Hey, come on, you're not
I'm listening. I'm with you. I'm with you.
You are not with me. You are not with me.
That's not quality
that
time.
Is not. Now, if your love language is quality time, now, and your spouse is not giving that to you, or your husband or your significant other is not giving that to you, already that's a problem. There is a love deficiency somewhere, because some people, their love language is quality time. I just want to spend time with you. I want us to go, and this is not just 2 of you going to watch film.
Yes.
It's not that. It is 2 of you either sitting down and talking
with one another.
You are talking, and my wife is she's quality time. So sometimes if I have to give it, I have to just drop it, or I just say, babe, I don't say, babe, just can I watch this film first?
When you're done.
No, I'm done with this film. I will now.
So when we have to walk,
when we have to do a walk,
those are our daily walks.
Then we have to, because you see, if your love language is quality time, and how do you know what your love language really is? What do you complain most about?
You're always complaining.
You're always complaining about
this. You're not doing this.
You're not doing this. I want this. You're not doing this. That is your primary love language. Now, most of the time, people have 2. There's a primary and a secondary. Now, everybody likes every other one. But you see, there is a primary one and there is a secondary one. Now, the primary one is very strong. That one, if you don't do it, it's like, man, you don't love me.
You don't.
And so quality time is one. What's the second one?
Words of affirmation.
Yes, words of affirmation. Words of affirmation. Now, of course, what's that? Those are you saying lovely, encouraging words. You know, if your love language is words, you love people saying things. You get words get to you more. You know, that means you will love it when people send text messages to you. That means you're the kind of person that will keep text messages for a long time. You keep all those letters. You know, those lovely, you keep it. That means words mean a lot to you. So when anybody is going to send text messages to you, you interpret it stronger than some. And say that's another thing in communication. People don't know how to send text very well. Do you know you can communicate your emotions through text?
Yes.
Your emotions can be moved through text messages.
Very
So
true.
if you're going to send a text message and you don't know how to handle that, what to say around it, it's best for you to do a call. Because if you send a wrong kind of statement, you can send a wrong signal to the person, the other person you are communicating with. So very, very thing, because we need to know how to use this gadget very well if you're going to communicate with it. Because now people are no longer talking with their mouth, they are now communicating with phone, WhatsApp, you know, and all that. So if you're going to do that, then you must learn how to use it effectively and not communicate the wrong way. You know, so words of affirmation, very important.
You also need to know how to say thank you, encouraging words. He has done something for you, she has done something for you. It is not a right. We should learn to say, oh, thank you, please. Those interesting, they call it magic, the magic words. Thank you, please. Even if he is the man, he is supposed to provide. We should always learn to say thank you. He has paid the children's school fees. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you for providing. Thank you for providing. It's not that it's his rights.
Yes.
His words of his love language can be words of affirmation. But if you just say it's his right, he's supposed to do it. If he doesn't do it, who else will do it?
You know, all those kind of things. You see, those are what the words that you're supposed to use in words of affirmation are humble words. Kind words, you know, encouraging words, not insulting words. For people that actually their love languages is words, when you use insulting words, it's more to them as a verbal abuse. It's more to them as a verbal abuse. So you must be very careful how you use, because some people, they are more stronger with words. They don't need your gifts, they don't need you being around them, they just need you to speak. Once you speak, they are okay. So that's the second one. What's the third one?
Physical touch.
Physical touch. Interesting.
Should we do gift first? No, I want gift last. Physical touch.
Yeah.
Physical touch.
Exactly, yes, and that also is one of my wife's very strong love languages. Physical touch. I remember when we got married, you know, I wasn't used to it. I don't used to the touching. Nah, I don't have a choice. And I wasn't used to this touching thing, but she was always wanting to hold hands while crossing the road. Hold hands when crossing the road. Hold hands when I'm like, calm down. Now. Can't you stay on your own? Can't you just stay on your own? But I had to realize. Now you must understand this. These love languages are services you do. You see, like I said, when it comes to you speaking another person's language, it's not going to be easy. It demands a lot of sacrifice. That's why it's called service. It's you are servicing the other person. You know, it's service to the other party, because you have to go out of your way. You have to go out of your comfort zone to actually serve this person. It's not something you are definitely used to. Now, most of the time, majority of the time, your spouse's love languages are always different from yours, or your fiancé, they are always different from yours. So you must understand that they are not the same with you. You must find out what their primary love language is. You both, in fact, there are tests you can do online. You can go online and do the love language test. Do it. It will help your marriage. It will help your relationship blossom much more. You know, go and do those tests, and you will find out what it is. You know, so I mean, physical touch is okay. You know, and now for those that are not married, you can't go so physical. Now, too physical in the sense that you go to the aspect of sex, you know, because you're not yet married. Understand that if you actually start to do that, you're beginning to even crack your foundation. So don't even go there. You know, so what does physical touch entail? It means holding hands. It means the pat
hands.
on the back.
Yeah.
It means I mean, you just hold each other's hand, hug and all that. It has a way of soothing. In fact, I discovered scientifically, I think there's a healing mechanism that happens when people hold somebody.
Yes.
During the COVID period, because people hadn't seen themselves for a while, some people were literally going through a whole lot of issues. I mean, because they could not hold the other party because of the COVID situation.
They
could not stand it.
COVID.
I mean,
no hugging. No, I can't do that.
Because to show that physical touch has a healing mechanism to the body. So some people, your love languages could be physical touch, holding hands and all that. Now, guy, husband, if your wife wants to hold your hand in public, don't refuse her. Allow her. That is her love language. Don't be saying, leave me, stay on your own lane. Don't say those things. In other words, you are shoving her away. You are telling her, I don't love you. That's what you are saying. You are saying, I don't love you, by not doing or speaking her own kind of love language. Are you with me?
I'm not sure men have love language, or is that they don't know how to express it. They do. Men actually have.
See, there is nobody, because this, research was done by Gary Chapman. And I'm telling you, there is nobody that doesn't have a love language. They have. Look, I told you there are 3 more. I will mention them. The one you don't know, you will see there. 3 more languages that I will not mention among the 5. You will hear them. So you see, but there's nobody. Everybody has a love language.
Even children.
Children to have love languages. You must understand what your children. This applies to everybody.
Everybody, employers.
Once you know how to speak the right kind of language to the other party, you will win people over. You will win your boss over. You will win you will win people. This is a winning mechanism, or rather winning principle for relationships. I'm telling you. Now, we talked about we talked about quality time, we talked about words of affirmation, we talked about touch. The 4th one is what?
Acts of service.
Act of service. Now, this is one that is really a tough one for a lot of people. Especially men. Act of service. Most times we just, because of where we grew up in, the environment we have. In fact, Pastor Taiwo Dukoya has a book, Environment is Everything. There's a book he wrote. Senior pastor, Pastor Taiwo Dukoya. He wrote a book, Environment is Everything. Now, a lot of people grew up in an environment whereby you see there was that thing of men don't do this, men don't go to the kitchen, men don't wash plates, men don't do this one, men don't. Hey, calm down. See, act of service means a whole lot. I mean, for example, you are taking the load. What it means that you're taking the burden off the person you are dealing with. You're taking burden off the woman. So if you can help in laying the bed, taking out the trash, doing something very critical, do it. I mean, it's part of act of service. You are helping to lighten the burden on this other party. Now, even if it means you helping, for ladies, you want to help in washing the car. I know that someone will say, yeah. Yes. If you want to help him in washing the car, maybe it's busy doing like that.
Well, it's actually vice versa.
But it's in both ways.
Both of you can actually wash the car together.
Yes.
It's even actually coming together to do things together.
Yes.
When you do things together, you achieve more. You accomplish what you want to accomplish in few minutes, rather than you spending the whole day or hours trying to do that thing alone. But you are doing it together, interestingly, you are bonding, you are talking, you are communicating, you are just enjoying the time together, you are serving one another. He has to wash the clothes, you are there, okay, wash, let me rinse it, okay, after spinning it, okay, don't worry, I can dry it. You need to serve one another. Marriage is not where one person comes and sits down. For the men, we sit down. That's the ideology we grew up with. You sit down in the parlor with your newspaper. The woman is supposed to be cleaning the house. She's supposed to be cooking. She's supposed to be taking care of the children. But it is not written anywhere. Exactly. I haven't seen it. Yeah. It's not even in the Bible.
In fact, let me even add another one too. For women, acts of service also means you helping the man with the bills. Helping the man with the bills. You need to be doing something too to bring in money. Partnership. If you're not working, you're not doing anything, you're looking at Oga, go and do it, bring all the money. You to help. Go out, get something doing, have some money so you can assist with the bills. I mean, in this time and generation that we're in, one party can't just do everything. If you understand how much school fees is for children now, so now understand how much it is to, I mean, have a lot of, you can't afford to say, okay, Oga, only you is slammed with that responsibility or bringing money to this family. Sometimes it goes together. You need to come into and assist with bills, share it together. It is part of acts of service to him, and he will love you much more. You'll be speaking his language too as well. I can't count how many men that actually have come to complain. I'm the one doing this, the woman not doing anything, I'm the only one doing you help out there, ladies. If you help out, bring in the bills together.
But I also think that it is not possible for you as a man not to speak the language of your spouse or your partner and she is not responding in your language. So I think what happens most times in such situations is that the men are not even speaking the love language of their wives.
I agree.
And you expect her to speak your language.
I agree. So you see, it's about you speaking the language to that person. It's about you speaking. Now, question is this: somebody might be asking, what if I'm always the one speaking the language? I'm the only one speaking the language, and the other person is not representative. Don't worry. Don't be wary of well doing. Keep doing it. For after a while, you will reap. Don't stop doing good. Good always conquers evil, anytime, any day. No matter how long it might take, but eventually you will rise, and your good will speak for you. So keep speaking that language. It has a way of creating a reaction. Yes. Or a response from the other party. So you keep doing it because it is remember, it is service. It is service. Two of you are servicing yourselves, and all that. For issues like, okay, house chores, domestic things, those are all part of it. Help out at home. Help out in doing certain things.
You can wash the dishes.
You can do the dishes
now.
I mean,
you can do the dry cleaning. You can clean the house as a man.
Yes.
You can take care of the children. You can bathe the children. You can dress them up. There are a lot of things to do. She has to quickly go into the kitchen. For instance, the children needs to go to school and she has to wake up early. And she's doing one thing. Okay, let me prepare the breakfast for the children. Then you are just there. You're not even saying, okay, where are your uniforms? Okay, let me quickly dress you up. Or let me iron them. Okay, your bags packed. You should be able to assist and don't just say it's the woman's responsibility.
You both gave birth to that. You both gave birth to that child, not only one person. Both of you added to it. So both of you have the responsibility of raising that child. So work together. That is act of service. Once you begin to do things together, in fact, what it does, it brings you guys together and makes you bond. Now, most times, some people, their love language is act of service.
Yes.
And that is their primary love language. And when the other party is not speaking that language, what happens is that this other party feels you don't love me. Every time you don't speak your love language of your partner, what you are invariably saying is that you don't love me. You don't love me. And that is and because you must understand that actions speaks louder than voices. Action speaks like, in 1 John 3:8, the Bible says, let us not just speak only in words, but in deeds and in truth. So there's a place for action and there's a place for truth. So you see, words is there, but there is deeds also, and there is truth. Don't just love only in words, but in deeds and in truth. And that's very, very important.
Gifts. So everybody likes gifts. Imagine you having a birthday and nobody is giving you gifts. They're not even calling you to say happy birthday, darling, or just surprise, this is a gift for you. And we're just picking something else. We say, it's your birthday today. It's your birthday today.
Yeah.
I didn't remember, I forgot to know.
Wow.
What are we celebrating? Anniversary? Yeah. Okay.
One thing I want you all to understand too, don't mistake gifts for materialism. It's not about that because, okay, this girl is too materialistic or this guy is too materialistic. He's always thinking of no. It's the thought that matters. It's the thought behind the gift. It's the thought behind the gift that matters. Now let me give you what I wanted to say before. I want to say it now. Now imagine you going to your wife loves Fanta. That's what she loves. She loves drinking Fanta. Because you love Coke, you now bring your Coke as a gift to her. How do you think she'll feel? Or how do you think he will feel? For example, he loves Coke and you prefer Fanta, you now buy Fanta for him. You know what you do? You take it and keep it somewhere, and will not even drink it. Why? You bought your own gift for you. You bought what you like, not what he likes. And that's exactly what happens. Most times when people buy gifts, you buy what you like for the person, not what the person will like, actually like or appreciate. So it goes, even buying gifts goes to knowing what the person really will prefer. You know, it baffles me when a lot of guys don't even know what their wife likes. They don't even know what the wife really will like. You know, or they don't know what they really they.
Some wives.
You know,
some wives. I know of some wives.
They don't even know what the guy
like.
We need to really ask you whether you know yourselves, because there's a whole lot going on there. Maybe you haven't spent time together to build your friendship, and that's usually what happens there. Because I know my wife likes. She says it in my ears. She's always singing it. So if you're a listening person, if you listen, you will be able to know what your wife likes or what your husband likes. But because we are not listening to them, so we're not hearing. I only listened to well to know one day that my wife was always speaking like, I don't have a phone, I don't have a phone. One day I don't say, I must get a phone. Immediately I don't get to get a phone. Praise God. And I should be singing another song again, and I know what it is. I know what it is, but God will help me. So you see, you must be listening to know what they like. But understand this: it's not just the quantity of the gift; it is a thought behind the gift. That is really what it is. For example, you go out and you come back and you bring something. I mean, the thought of buying something. I mean, what you are saying in a nutshell. What a person perceives that has that as a strong love language is this: you have me on your mind. I mean, you've been thinking about me all day for you to buy me this. That's how they interpret it. You know, but you just go outside, come back, nothing.
Not even sweet.
Not even sweet, nothing. No chocolate, no guinea. I didn't buy anything. No. I mean, for the person that is,
travel.
You know, now you travel. Hey, that one is even worse. You travel, come and nothing. Hey, go back. Let's go back. You know, a lot of times we do this a lot. You know, some people they travel, they come back, they buy things for either they are man of God. Or it's good. But please ensure you buy it for your wife. Buy for your husband. Very, very critical. Those are, even though I mean, he that find the wife and the goes and obtains favor from the Lord. So, gift is another, part of the love language. Now, if any of these are like I said, most of the time we have two. There's a primary gift
and there's a secondary.
Yeah, so you must know what your primary one is. And like I said, what you complain about the most is what really is your strong. Now, this particular episode will be online after now. You can go back and listen to it again and again. If you have questions, please, like I said, just send us a DM on at P Briggs, at First Lady Briggs, at TFOLC Kingston. You can go there and send a DM. Then we'll take all these questions and then we'll begin to trash them out when next we come. Wow. All right. We've said so much. Till we meet again next week, Friday, from me. Or let me say for my wife.
And from me. But we always say something.
Yeah. Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life. Because that's where life really comes out from. So guard it diligently. And we want to say thank you for joining us today. See you next week and have a very beautiful weekend. God bless you.
Bye.
God bless you. God bless you. Bye.